according to Ayurveda, and I think you are going to learn the pathology, right, Dr. Rema?
Yes.
Ready, Rako. Thank you. Heart me first, ready, Rako. Some words for the Caesar. So you have, we are going to do pathology in future, right? So you will learn the pathology in future, but I'm just giving you one example of a skin problem. Okay, according to Ayurveda, the skin problem, everything begins always from the stomach, the gut. Remember that. Remember, this is the biggest rule. Any problem only from the gut. So in the gut, lot of acid formation, low agni, everything is getting fermented, good food getting fermented. People come and tell me, I am eating so healthy, why do I get this problem? But if your agni is damaged, even the healthy food will not be good for you because it will get fermented anyways. So that produces acid, and after some level of saturated acid, like how many of you know reverse osmosis? How many of you know? Yeah, all of you practically, right? Same principle, same. There is a membrane inside the tummy. In the tummy there is intestine, not tummy, like tummy is all of this. There is a huge acid, but the other side where there are blood vessels which are taking the nourishment, there is no acid. So reverse osmosis principle, it's pushed in the circulation with the vata imbalance. Which vata is bringing everything all over? Which vata is bringing all over? Vyana. And what is showing you Vyana imbalance? Which kind of pulse is showing you that? Circular movement, right? So, when there is skin problem, there will be heat, the pitta high, because that's the first step in the skin problem. There will be circular movement. You will find it in vata or even in pitta finger. That shows that the Vyana vata is taking this heat all over the body through the circulation. Then this is the third stage, is always accumulation. So first producing in the gut, circulating in the body, accumulation in any tissue wherever there is a affinity. So pitta always is attracted to be deposited in the blood and under the skin. Always. This is the nature of pitta. Okay? Oh, I had nothing, I'm living so healthy life. How I got this in one night? It's not one night. It's from years and years. So this is what you see in the pulse. Heat, which shows that heat means pitta accumulated in the tissue. Which tissue? Which tissue?
Rasa.
No, blood and skin and muscles. This is, I told you the process, no? So that's what you find it in the heat means this is where the pitta is accumulated. Circular movement in the skin means what? That it is moving everywhere, pitta is moving everywhere through the blood circulation because of the help of Vyana vata. So now, in order to reverse that, you have to remove this heat, pull out from the skin, pull out from the muscles, bring it back to the blood, and through the process of reverse osmosis, or we call it vata process, but anyways it is, I believe, physical principles are all using the air. Reverse osmosis basically is the air exchange, because of that. So it comes to the stomach and then you expel it every day. So this is how you can reverse it. So first we have to understand through the pulse using this 5 steps, 5 departments, what has gone wrong and then how to reverse it. Can you tell anybody who didn't get clear, because this is an important concept I am explaining and it will be very important tomorrow when you do the pulse reading. So you didn't understand?
No, just a piece for the reverse osmosis.
What is it?
Like I didn't get like the metaphor that you were discussing about it. about the reverse.
So basically, we call it that vata is pushing it into the blood.
Pushing
right?
the water. The
No,
reverse osmosis.
excessive acid.
Ah, okay.
How excessive acid, which is originally produced in the stomach, then is pushed into the blood. From there, it is pushed into the muscles, and from there to the skin.
Yeah.
Then it stays there for years and years, and suddenly there is one reason, trigger, and boom, psoriasis. And we are thinking, oh my God, I mean, why I got it?
Yeah.
But because I never had it, why I got it? But this is not the overnight process, that's what. If you check with them, they will tell you that yes, many years ago I used to get acidity, I used to get headache. They will tell you yes, to confirm, because acidity, it means pitta produced in the stomach. So if you want to recheck the process behind this, you can always ask. But through the pulse, you will understand the process of illness.
Yeah.
Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah.
Any question? I am giving you one example, okay? Right? Of a skin problem, how it is produced and how you can find that same thing, pathology in the pulse. That's one example. Did you get? So how you can combine these 5 things? It's a very complicated thing. Trust me. And even if you don't get it, it is fine. Trust me. Because we don't expect you to become PhD in one night. You have already graduated up to class 7, by the way, which is great. From morning till evening. Which is great, you know. Good enough. Okay? So, one more example I want to give you is arthritis. Which is the most common thing in this world. So, if you look at the arthritis pulse, Dr. Hemang has written somewhere arthritis pulse, I guess so. The second one and the first one. Thank you, Dr. Hemang, for helping me. Thank you so much. Because tomorrow we can sorry. Yeah. Tomorrow we are going to do the pulse reading, and I really want to help you to get some basics in place so you can get best out of tomorrow's experience, you know. And so for example, we have it here. The first one, first one is here. Okay, this. And અહીંયા આમ બી આવશે ને આરે છે ને એમાં તો ઓટો ઇમ્યુન આવશે પણ લખી દે ને વાંધો નહીં. It's okay, no worries. So, and there is right. Okay. Now here Dr. Hemang has written 2 arthritis, okay, 2 different kinds. And don't worry, you have not learned that red one is, you have not learned it, but it's okay. I just want to explain. So, 2 different kinds of, but this is osteoarthritis and this is rheumatoid arthritis, right?
You got it, how it is osteoarthritis? Vata aggravated, vata disturbance, moving around, going down, VAT degenerative changes, low circulation.
Why low circulation here? Can somebody tell? And there will be low Agni as well. But why low circulation here?
Could it be calcium coming back into the arteries and blocking them? Because when you
Yeah, I mean, there is a blockage of blood supply, so nutrient is not reaching the joints, and that is why there is a arthritis, degeneration. Besides Vata. So now I want to tell you.
If we don't write this, and instead of vata moving, one up means
Just
the problem is here in the back.
Give me a second. Okay, so I want to explain again one example of how to combine everything together and how it is connected with the body directly. Okay, how it is connected with the body directly. So, what is according to the modern science, what is osteoarthritis and what is rheumatoid arthritis? Do you know? Osteoarthritis is the degeneration of joints, but if you really know it very well, the degeneration begins as an inflammation first, blockages, they call it prostaglandin produced in the joints, okay? This is another kind of ama. Remember that. They call it not in rheumatoid arthritis, but in osteoarthritis, they call it prostaglandin produced in the joints. This is another kind of ama, right? And they also say that even if you take the calcium, you take vitamin D, you take injections, still the degeneration doesn't stop. Why? Why?
So it's not
Circulation block can just be not just in the big artery like here or heart, or even the small capillary which is supplying the blood and the nourishment to all our tissues can be blocked. And because of that, even the calcium you take, it doesn't go there. Right? That's why there is low circulation in this pulse. Because this is the process. I am not saying my own pocket. This is written also by the modern science, and Ayurveda says that Sandhigata Vata is because it begins with excessive Vata, the gas in the stomach, which begins to move all over the body. It settles in the empty cavity, we call it. But most empty cavities are big joints like knee, hip sometimes. These are the biggest empty cavities where they get attracted, and so all the osteoarthritis begins with the big joint. Not the small one, but the big joints, always. Because of that, because it gets attracted. So there will be excess vata, always, always, always. Right? Remember that. Huh? And this is the first sign of osteoarthritis. Then it also has sometimes ama, which is blocking the circulation. So low circulation pulse actually literally means there is a blockage of ama. It is a combination. So either ama or excessive vata can block the circulation. How? Ama, kapha, any mucousy toxin can get deposited and can block it, or too much of air. Imagine too much air, when it goes over there, internal lining of the artery or capillary becomes rough. What happens? Can you imagine? Like when there is too much wind, everything gets rough. So inside the artery, which is supposed to be very smooth, mucus, very, very soft and flowy, because of vata it gets dried and strictured. Do you understand what is the meaning of strictured? Strictured is like rough. Becomes rough inside. And that is why it cannot flow the blood there anymore. It stops its normal movement of pushing the blood into the tissues. That is why, two reasons this low circulation happens. Okay? So, and osteoarthritis, you have always this low circulation because of that. And you have to work on that low circulation. And VAT pulse literally means vata is pushed into the where? Bones. It can be anywhere, right? But here, Dr. Hemang has written only VAT. It's not written the circular movement, so it is not in the spine, but it is in the knee, maybe ankle, maybe feet, all these areas, right? So are you able to understand the process of illness that you find from looking at the pulse? Is it too complex or easy?
Yes and disease pathology, how disease happens.
That will we are going to study. Dr. Hemang has already told me so I'm just giving. So tomorrow what you do is you You have to write down the process of your practical training. I am not going to take new examples because you are going to get completely confused and overwhelmed. So we better write down how to do tomorrow's practical, okay? So when you are learning, you cannot look at everything at once. You get very, very crowded, confused and can make mistakes. So start with 6 pulse. Start with 6 pulse. Yeah. Human being વાળું કોણ લાવી ગયો? ના પેલા 5 points છે ને 5 તમારા 5 points. Yeah. So human being start with 6 pulse, 6 beats. How many beats? 6. So first 6 beats just focus on dosha. What will you do? Yeah. First 6 beats only focus on dosha. Okay? If you are great, just keep in your memory what was the dosha thing. Or you can take away your hand, write it down in the book what you felt and take again the pulse. It's okay. You are learning, so it is okay. We don't want that you are great already. The second 6 beats, only 6 beats, remember, and don't try to count, okay? Because otherwise you lose your focus on the pulse. Don't try to count 1, 2, 3, then how will you focus on the pulse, okay? Just feel it quickly. That's what I mean to say. You don't have to put it like minutes and minutes and, just chip, chip. Okay? So, next 6 beats, Ama and Agni. And write it down in your book. Third 6 beats, Vata moving. What will you find? Where Vata is moving. And write it down in your notebook. After some time you will not need to write down, then you can just remember. It is okay. But right now in the beginning, better to write it. Stop, write down, do another. Next 6 beats, which one you will do? Dhatu. If there is heat, VAT or Bhej. We only focus on this right now. There are other points but we don't do that right now. Only this 3. Dhatu. That will be next 6 beats. And the last 6 beats will be scrotus if there is swelling or if there is low circulation. Right? Swelling is water retention. Lot of people look obese, but there is water retention. And we think they are kapha, but they are not. They are vata, but there is a blockage in the lymphatic system, so they are all bloated and swollen. In that case, if you give them kapha diet, it will be not good. So we have to know why there is obesity, right? So write down these 5 points, then you start connecting them with each other. Okay? So when you connect, like Dr. Hemang was showing you, Dr. Hemang, come here please. You were showing that to them. Now they will understand. You want to repeat also, it is good idea that they can connect it. So you will start connecting it. First you will think Vata means which symptoms are there. Okay? So you can ask them, do you have excessive joint pain? Do you feel mental anxiety, stress? In India, people don't have depression. If you say depression, they will say no, even if there is depression. They will say, I have a lot of tension and stress. So every culture is expressing the same problem in different manner. Now I am making you the practitioner. You have to be a good practitioner. You have to learn how to talk in their language. So they will think, she knows me, wow. So in India, when somebody comes and say, lot of stress, tension, yes. In Germany, you have to say stress, yes. But in Italy, anxiety. Dr. Giovanni can probably say that. While in America, is either depression or anxiety, sadness. It's a very different way of expressing, So that is why in India, tomorrow you are meeting Indian patients. So when you get some 3 vata up, you can, so VAT and then look at the vata, where it is. So location. Okay, I'm making you a bit smarter. Huh? So look at 2 points first in order to connect the dots. So you will see the location and which dosha is high. These two, then you can always connect. If, for example, vata is circular and there is heat, and pitta high, skin problem, or vata is going 3 levels up, heat and pitta high, migraine. Yeah, got it? Yeah. Dr. Hemang already showed you, I am only repeating it again. Because repetition always drills it in your heart. That's why repeating. Do you want to say something? Come here, please, Dr. Hemang. Huh? Yeah. And so 5 points you have it here? It's not coming. Oh, right. Sorry. So those 5 points. Huh?
This machine got bad.
So AIDS first. Never. We knew that India is getting a lot of foreign AIDS. That aid we knew. But we didn't know what is AIDS. So Pankaj is checking the pulse and says your immune system is extremely down. And I also checked it and we both felt the same, and low Agni and very, very, very down immune system and all that. You know, there is a low immune pulse which you will learn in the next level, maybe next year when we meet. So, and we didn't know it is AIDS. So we just worked on these 3 points. Number 1, built up the immune system super fast. So we gave this Virofite, I think, 2 tablets 6 times a day, high dose. The second thing, we felt very, very low Agni. So we gave an Ama, tons of Ama. So Toxigo, Amrutras to improve Agni because she was heat, pitta, high pitta. You could not give Anulom. So Amrutras, Toxigo, and leaf tone because the liver was down. Plus she had Bhej, huge amount of Bhej, so Divya Swasjivan and Astalo. 4 times a day. Because we had to give a fast result. It was a question of life and death. So only way was increasing the dose. So we just followed these points, you know. So it's not necessary to know the name of the disease. You must know these basic principles and fix them one by one. Give something to fix it. Trust me, the result will come. That is why these basic 5 things you have to drill in your head and practice it tomorrow so that you, before you leave, at least this you have it in your blood. At least. This one thing if you do in life, you can help anybody on this planet. Whether you learn pathology or not, it is great to learn pathology. It will stay in your head, you can give a nice lecture. When the patient comes, he doesn't want lecture, he wants what he wants? Result. He wants a result. He wants that you understand his problem and you are going to give the result. That's it. So that's what I want, that you do these 5 things tomorrow, finish, and rest of the things we do next time. I hope it wasn't too complicated.
No, it's not.
Any question? Very quickly, only 2 questions I can take, not more than that, for this session, because it's a very fundamental session for tomorrow.
Multiple sclerosis, would that be linked to the bone, to the marrow? Would that be the marrow? Multiple sclerosis.
What is it?
Multiple sclerosis.
MS.
MS.
So multiple sclerosis we don't talk right now.
Okay.
Because you haven't learned the pulse of autoimmune. You remember here is written,
Right.
we haven't spoken about
Oh, okay, right, okay.
it. It is an autoimmune problem.
Immune, right,
Yeah. So we leave it. Let's go step by step.
okay.
See, I am trying to hold your hand. We all actually, when I say I means we all together, are trying to hold your hand and let you walk 1 step at a time.
What was the outcome of AIDS patient just now we were discussing?
She's still living on this planet today. Because tomorrow you have to do the practical. And you have spent money, time, efforts coming here, right? And I think you need to get best out of your visit, right? Yes. So then follow these steps.
I have a practical question.
Yeah, practical question, which one? Related to this?
Yeah, related
Yeah,
to
please, please.
If
Everybody should listen to that practical question.
Okay, if I am high pizza and I have beige, I have like heat and beige myself. How can I feel that on the patient?
So your beige and pitta is in your pulse, not in your fingers. You are going to touch them by your fingers, not your pulse. So you can feel it.
but if I'm hot myself and humid myself,
You will feel it. Do it. Just do it. Okay? Just do it.
So you said write it in our notebook. So will we be using papers like this tomorrow or a blank notebook that we bring?
Better to use the papers, in my opinion. If possible, we can give maybe 50, 100 copies or something.
20 paper, everyone will get 20.
Okay, thank
You
you.
will do on this paper so that it's easy, more structured, you see.
Yes.
And we learn this little bit nowadays. I will tell you this Friday why it has taken a huge amount of time to come to this point where people can learn faster. And I'll tell you on Friday why I did that. Why I feel it is important for this planet, for healing the humanity, to have this process in place so that people can learn quickly and help others. I'll tell you on Friday because there is a very deep story behind it, really. Okay? And there are a lot of questions asked by some Western medical doctors on that topic, which shook me up, literally. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to say thanks especially to Dr. Hemang. He is absolutely I don't think, I've been sleeping very well because of him. Thank you so much. I've been sitting quietly just because of him. My God, you cannot get such a team member in life. Dr. Hemang, Dr. Ronak, all the doctors. I'm so blessed. I don't know. Thanks to the God for really getting this team around me so that we can do what we wanted to do.
Thank you for your acknowledgement, but actually credit goes to you all. You all gave us the opportunity. If you are not here, this is nothing. You are motivation, inspiration, every always motive to give more than we commit. Thank you, you all, that you trust us, you are giving us opportunity, not taking more time. Now going for little relaxation and dinner. Dinner is already ready.
Wow.
Tomorrow in the morning, by 8:30 we will have a bus ready downstairs. We'll go all together by bus. 8:30. Have your breakfast before. Normally breakfast starts by 7:30. And we'll start 8:30 from here. We'll reach there 9:15. We'll have a small brief talk in the morning there at Ayush Clinic. What's going to happen and how to do. Morning to evening we'll have pulse practice, what we have learned today. And in evening, little fun, entertainment, relaxation, dance. Dancing, rock and roll. And we have like one special like music director and like a choreographer also will be there. So if someone is interested, can take more interest. And sorry. Yeah. And then after dinner we'll get back here. We'll talk more tomorrow. What's and how. Okay?
Do we need to wear white tomorrow?
It's good if you wear white. It makes and it gives a different energy. It's not like just as a uniform coat, but feel different when you do it.
Yeah, wear white, it is good.
Good. Always. Okay? Thank you once again. Have a nice evening. Have a nice dinner.